Let's look at negative indices. Now, what we're talking about could be a situation where you have, for example, 3 to the power of negative 2. What does that really work out to? Let's see something here. Suppose we have, and I really want to come up with a situation that will give rise to 3 to the negative 2. Let me write the indices in a different color. What could have happened so that we get a 3 to the negative 2? It could be, for example, 3 to the power of 4 divided by 3 to the power of 6. Remember, from the law of indices, this is the same as 3 to the power of 4 minus 6, which in this case would yield 3 to the power of, what is 4 minus 6? It's negative 2. Alright, let's look at this thing again. 3 to the 4 over 3 to the 6. We could rewrite this as 3 raised to the 4 divided by 3 raised to the 6. And that will give us 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So we have 4 3's. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them multiplying each other. All over 3 times, how many 3's we have down here? 6. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that's 4 so far, times 3, that's 5 of them, times 3, 6 of them, and they all multiply. Then let's cancel down. 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 3, 1. Let's cancel. 3 cancels 3, 3 cancels 3, 3 cancels 3. What do we get here? At the top you have 1 divided by 3 times 3. But this amounts to 1 over 3 squared. What this is saying, therefore, is that 3 to the negative 2 is the same as 1 divided by 3 squared. That's what it seems to be saying, right? You can see this part here. What I want you to do is to try again with another number raised to a negative power. You could try out, for example, 2 to the power of negative 5. You get it from 2 to the 8 divided by 2 to the 13 to get 2 to the negative 5 and see what happens. Now, what you will have to conclude at some point is that generally x raised to the negative n is equal to 1 divided by x to the positive n, right? You have no choice but to conclude that that will always happen. N can be any number, x can be any number. So x to the power of negative n is equal to 1 over x to the power of n. Now, just to finish this off, those of you who are studying, for example, chemistry, physics and so on, when you look in some books and see, for example, the acceleration due to gravity, they approximate it to 10 meters per second squared. Some books write it as 10 meters per second squared like this. Sometimes you might see it as 10 m s to the negative 1. It means the same thing, right? Because m over m s squared, this is 10 meter. The slash here means divided by second squared. Is the same as meter multiplied by second to the negative 1. See that? M over s squared is equal to m s to the negative 1. Because guess what? M divided by s squared is the same as m multiplied by 1 over s squared. When you divide by a number, it's the same as multiplying by 1 over the number. Now, what happened is that this part, let me make it a little brighter, this part, the 1 over second squared is the same as this part, the second to the negative 1. So s to the negative 1 is the same as 1 over s squared. Or in another case, in chemistry, you might have some volume or density being measured, and you say is 5 grams per centimeter cube. Sometimes it's written as 5 grams cm to the negative 3. Same thing. Because if you take this part out, let me make that a little neater. If you take out this part, what you would be saying, alright, put the gram in it. What you would be saying is gram per cm cube, this one, is the same as gram cm to the negative 3. It's gram multiplied by, this is gram divided by cm cube up here. This is gram multiplied by cm to the negative 3 down here. This is really gram over cm cube. Alright? Now, the gram over cm cube, it means the same as, let me just finish it down here, gram multiplied by 1 over cm cube. This is what I'm talking about. Gram over cm cube is the same as gram times 1 over cm cube. And then, that is the same thing as gram multiplied by cm to the negative 3. So therefore, if you consider the 1 over cm cube and the cm to the negative 3, cm to the negative 3 is the same thing as 1 over cm to the positive 3. Just like how x to the negative n is the same thing as 1 over x to the positive n. So those are two examples where you might see that in physics and chemistry, right? Alright, so we'll just end this there and we'll continue powers and roots in another video. So I will see you then.